So hello and welcome back to SJ Cartier Limited Convos. And as promised, I've promised a few of them people in the hobby over the last few months that I'd do a video regarding what I believe is the sets that I like and what my actual thoughts are on them. And as you see in front of you, I've actually got like a little table which helped me actually decipher which order to put these sets into, as well as it actually surprised me in what I actually do like from what I don't like for myself. So it was actually quite educational for myself within the hobby. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm also going to talk through each point of what I see, and I'm going to do it from 20 down to the set that I believe is the best. As you see, this is the sheet that I've done. I totaled them up and you can see the order there. I won't reveal the order just yet, but yeah, I'll keep that sheet up there as I will be trying to show you cards as we go through. So first set that I'll be dealing with that comes in at number 20 is Topps Deco. So the actual points that I'll be doing each card on is by card quality. I'll be doing it by card design. I'll be going by its base checklist and its inserts checklists. And then I'll be going by the styles of their parallels. Then I'll be going by the sets regarding their autos and their memorabilias. Then I'd actually added in my own overall opinion before I even done this like table. So that would give you what my understanding is before I done the table and how I see the hobby. So I hope you actually enjoy this and actually put some comments in there what you agree with, what you disagree. Maybe do your table and then put your top 20 or top 10 or top 5, whatever you fancy, into the comments. And maybe let's all help other new collectors and old collectors in the hobby. So at number 20 is Topps Deco. And as you see here, the card quality I've put is as a 6 because Topps Deco, as you see here, it's very paper-like. And although it's kind of a set that you see comes in every year, I'd say this kind of, the style is lovely, but the card quality itself is on par as Match Attacks and Flagship, to be extremely honest. So I actually gave it a 6 out of 10. With regards to the card design, I gave it a 8 because I actually like the kind of card designs that it does have. You do have a variety of little styles of cards, and I do like the little border they have around there. With regards to the base and inserts, I'd say due to the paper quality of the base and inserts and the checklist isn't actually as big, although as you see there is like a few little stars there. The checklist isn't as big, so that doesn't help with regards having fun when you're collecting because all the hits are exactly the same of similar players. And when it comes to parallels, I gave it a 6 because this is a 99, and although it's a bit shiny, it doesn't really have much of a impression to me straight away. I feel like the base without the parallel looks actually quite nicer. But then again, this is my opinion. Unfortunately, I don't actually have any autos from this set, and I know they don't do memorabilias, but I have seen autos from this set, and some of them are quite nice, to be extremely honest. So I've given it a 7, which is above average, as I say. I say really average is 7 for me, and I've tried not to go below 5 because I don't believe any of these sets I've done have any quality of these 5 parts below 5. So yeah, next on the list at number 19 was Panini Mosaic. Now Mosaic, I mean at joint 17th actually, joint 17th, and of the 3 that are in joint 17th, I put this set as the lowest of them all. It isn't a set that comes out anymore, unfortunately, but fortunately, as you see, it's at the lower end of my set. So for card quality, I've actually given it a 9 because it is quite strong card and it's not paper like the Topps Deco is. With regards its cards design, I've given it a 6 because, to be extremely honest, I'm not really a fan of these base sets. I'm not really a fan of them. So yeah, I've given it a 6. For its base, checklist and inserts, I've also given it a 6. Although I will admit this is obviously Premier League, Mosaic Premier League. So obviously it is a Premier League set, the Panini Mosaic one. You do also get Panini Mosaic FIFA Road to World Cup sets. And as you see, the base are exactly the same. Nothing different. The inserts, I do like this little insert, I can't lie. It's very shiny. It is chrome-ified, I'd say. So it does help. But yeah, I've given it a 6. The parallels, I actually kind of like the parallels, I can't lie. The peacocks and a few different favours, they do bang in the light, as you see here. So I've given the parallels actually a 7 because although I'm not really a fan of the base styles, I kind of do like how the parallels react to the light when you just do that with them. Something you didn't see with the number 20, the Deco. So yeah, that's why I've given Mosaic that. With regards autos and memorabilias, I also unfortunately don't have no autos and memorabilias of Mosaic to actually showcase to you, but I've given them actually a 6 because I believe their autos, because of the style of the cards, are not really very appealing to me. And as well as that, I don't think a lot of them, although they do have a few like autos from a few legends, I'm not really a fan of the players that they do get to sign. So I've given it a 6. My overall opinion for them, for Mosaic, would have been a 6 as well prior to actually doing this organisation. So now, next at joint 17th, which also, when it added up to the points, it came to 40 points as well, like Mosaic, was Topps Flagship. So now, Topps Flagship, I've given it a card quality as a 6 because, as you see, it's very paper again. Very much paper, just like the Topps Deco. And I will point out as well, I've tried to just take out a few varieties from the sets that I do have currently. Some are listed on my website, some are actually in just my collection, personal collection, just sitting there. And I've tried to do it as, so if you see, this is from 2022 to 2023, and so is this one this is from 2021 to 2022. So yeah, as you see, that one's from a different era. That's 21, 22. That's 22, 23. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that's 22, 23. So I've gone from the earliest and I'm going through to the most recent with the cards. I've done a few base inserts and a few parallels and autos and memorabilia if I do have them for these sets. So yeah, Flagship here, I've given it a 6 due to the paper quality. I'm not really a fan. I've given Flagship card designs a 7. And the reason I've given them a 7 is because you'll see later on, I do like the styles of them, but I do think with the chrome, they actually look a lot better. So I think we lose out on a lot of quality with Flagship, and I'd much prefer them to use the money from Flagship to actually put into bigger autos in chrome, possibly. So yeah, I just rather them like not bring out an exact same set. Although you do get a variety of different parallels, like from the Flagship, as you see, like it isn't really this design I do like, because even like these bang on chrome, like it doesn't really have that same effect on the Flagship. So with the card design, I've given it a 7. With regards to the base and inserts, I've given it actually a 9, as you see here, because as I say, it is like Topps Chrome sets, and to be extremely honest, it does have another few variety of sets that aren't in Topps Chrome. So as you see here, like the best of the best. That's not in Topps Chrome, and it's a nice, decent little looking card, to be extremely honest, of Vinny front and by the full body picture. With regards parallels, I've given it a 6, and mostly because, as I say, the designs do bang, but as someone that is a lover of chrome, like, that's the purple foil, like, that would be banging a bit more on chrome. So that's why I've given it such a lower. As we see, this is now 2024's latest set. Like, the colours don't have that same... When I get to chrome, like, you'll see chrome actually has a nice little shine to them. As you see, oops, accidentally, coming in at joint 17th alongside Mosaic and Flagship with also 40 points was Panini Prism. And I've gone with Panini Prism here as card quality. I've given it an 8 because they are quite strong pieces of card, as you see. I've gone with the card designs. I've given them actually a 6 because, to be extremely honest, some of them I'm not really a fan of the designs that Prism does have to offer, to be extremely honest. Like, I do like like the Scorers Club. I think they could have done a bit better. I don't know. Obviously, this year's Panini Prism, I haven't actually got into 2024-2025, is actually going to be the last Prism, as Topps have now taken over the Premier League license, which I actually, for myself, am actually quite happy for, because I do prefer Topps Chrome quality cards. So yeah, that's why I'm quite happy with that decision there. With regards base and inserts, as I said, I'm not really a fan of the like base sets, like that's from 2022, 2023. I do like the little inserts here with the World Cup ones and bases. They add a little different flavour to it, like that's from the World Cup, FIFA World Cup Qatar, and that's a base. So I think just because it has the World Cup on there, it adds a bit more to it for me. With regards to parallels, I've given them an 8 because the parallels, they do have a nice little reflection to them. Like, that's just a pure red one. That's just a purple, pink prism, blue. I do like, they do kind of look sharp. Like, even the mojos there, like, look at that. That's to 99, isn't it? Yeah, 71.99. Like, I do like some of these mojos. Like, some of the parallels I do kind of like. They do bang on the Prism, to be extremely honest. So that's why I've given them an 8. With regards autos and memorabilia, I am quite disappointed with the cards, as I say. So due to the styles I don't like, remember, this is all my opinion. Other people have different opinions, but this is my opinion to help you have a little choice. So yeah, with regards autos and memorabilia, I've given them a 5. I did give them at 6 at first because I was thinking about the legends, but then I looked at the card styles of some of these legends. I'm not really a fan. Overall opinion, I did give them a 7, which I feel is quite fair considering the parallels are quite nice, and when you do get a gold to 10, it is quite nice. So yeah, I'll give the parallels a 7. So in number 16 came next was, ahead of Prism, funnily enough, is Match Attacks. Now, Match Attacks also are a more lower end set, but I do like a bit of Match Attacks. I got an adrenaline slipped in there. I will add, as accidentally as I haven't, this is my top 20 sets, and unfortunately after I'd done all the sets, I actually forgot I didn't put adrenaline actually in the ratings, but I wanted to keep it as a top 20. Preferably, I would have liked to have taken Mosaic out and replaced it with Adrenaline, because I feel like Adrenaline is more a regular set every year, and as Mosaic is now not actually running and it hasn't had as many sets as Prism, let's say, that has ended, I feel like I should have like added Adrenaline in there in the markings and see where it would have come. So actually, you know what, with Adrenaline, let's give it a quick score. With regards card quality, I would give it also, I'd put it on the same level as Match Attacks. So I'd give it a 6 for card quality. Card designs, I do actually like the kind of card designs on Adrenaline on some of them. I haven't got no bases local for me at the moment, but I do like the kind of set that they do have with that. So I would probably give that a 7, to be extremely honest. With regards to base and inserts, I haven't actually got any I haven't got no parallels of it, so I'd also give the parallels possibly a 7 because I haven't seen any, which means they're hard to find, which may be fun. I don't know. I'd have to see one to know how I feel when I see them as parallels. With regards autos and memorabilias, again, I haven't seen an auto from Adrenaline yet, so I wouldn't be able to actually give an overall score. I would probably give an overall of a 7, just for the sake of, I do kind of like the set. And I think it's just, when there's a big checklist, it makes it more fun when you're buying sets and ripping sets to actually have more to collect, and it gives you a variety of players and teams that you may not get in a lot of other sets. So yeah, but back to the ratings, and again at number 16 is Match Attacks. So with Match Attacks, I've given it a card quality of 6 because it is just paper. Obviously you can get like the chrome ones, like this Martinelli, that are quite thicker card, which is more on the chrome level, but they're not in every set, all of those. So yeah, I would give that a 6. With card designs now, like, I do like the card designs of Match Attacks, like when you actually look at the variety, and I do like that kind of basic classic, and it gives you a little, it's got like little varieties like squad updates. You got to eliminate like the styles of them. If they had chrome on these would be part of one of my favorite sets up there with chrome, to be extremely honest. Like the designs, the players are just there in motion. Like, they are quite decent. So I've given the actual card designs an 8. With regards to the base and inserts checklist, I've given it also an 8 because there's a variety of players, a variety of base, a variety of new sets that are added throughout the year and brought out throughout the year. So it's quite fun to collect Match Attacks. With regards to the parallels, I've given them a 7. I haven't actually got any parallels here, unfortunately, from Match Attacks, but I've given them a 7 because I have seen some of them, and some of them do look quite nice, to be extremely honest. And that's the same with the autos and memorabilias. I haven't actually been able to find them. They are hard to find, which why I've given it a bit more of a 7. With regards quality, I'm yet to see a parallel or an auto from Match Attacks to actually go and say, yeah, that is what their quality of their autos. So I do know, like in flagship, when you get like the hobby boxes, you also get those extra special packs in flagship, and those cards are actually more chromed, are actually chromified and thicker cards. So I'm not sure if the autos from Match Attacks or any parallels are a bit more thicker card. Maybe someone could put in the comments who has had these cards and probably share a picture or give their opinion on what they think of the parallels and auto memorabilias from Match Attacks. So next, if you had saw, then I kind of had a little slip of the, as I say, I've got my cards all laid up here, but I'm trying to go through them in the order that they are in. So at number 14th comes Donruss. Now, Panini Donruss is a very sought after set by some, although a lot don't like the base. I understand it can get very hectic when you are a breaker possibly, and there is so much base, but as a rip, I find Donruss quite a fun rip. I've given the card quality a 7 because although it's similar to Match Attacks, it's a bit more thicker card than Match Attacks, especially them ones you can't really bend them. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, I've given it a 7. With the card designs, I've gone for a 9 with the card designs. And the reason is for the card designs, like, look at that for Cruz. Like, it's just a bit sticky. when you look at some of these cards, like, and you take them out their sleeves, as you see, I've had my cards in these sleeves for a while now, so let's put them down. Look at that. Come on. Come on. Like, look at these designs for Donruss, honestly. Like, and when you go into other sets of Donruss Elite, you see, like, I do like them. They have a variety of styles, a variety of, like, inserts that are very fun. So, card designs, I've actually gone and given them a quite high 9. With regards base and inserts, I say the base, there is a bit too much, I'd say, in a pack. But that also makes it fun to collect and rip. So I've given it an 8. Like, look at that one for Anthony. Like, they do have some nice styles. Like, come on now. Like, come on. Like, the parallels, I've gone and given them a 7. And the reason I've given them a 7 is because I think if they had a bit more thicker chrome style to them, like light to them, like, it is beautiful, like, that does shine, but with a bit of chromified tops touch, that would be blowing. Like, even that red one, like, it's nice, but you know what I'm trying to, I feel like I think, as you can tell, I'm a very big fan of chrome and how their cars are produced, to be extremely honest. You'll see why as I get through, but I had to give them a 7 due to the fact, as I say, they're lovely parallels, lovely colours. But when we want that bang, they're not reaching that bang. I've given them an 8 though, overall opinion. And the reason I've given them an 8 is due to the variety of styles of cards, as I say, you can get, as well as the checklist is quite large enough with international and club players. So it is quite fun for those who collect international, those who collect club players. So it does bring a variety of sets for everybody. Next in at number 14, which was joint with Donruss, but I put this just ahead of Donruss, and I will explain why, is Select. So Select now, I've gone and given them card quality, I've given them a 9 because, to be honest, card quality wise, they're on the same par as Chrome, so I couldn't not give them a 9. With card designs, I've given them an 8 because I do kind of like Select. It's kind of growing on me a little bit, I'd say. It's growing on me. Like, it has grown on me, I'd say, for an 8. So yeah, the card designs aren't too bad, as you see. Like, look at that. And that's just an insert. You know what I'm trying to say? So card designs, I would give it, well, I have given it an 8. The base and inserts, I've also given it a 7. I did knock the base and inserts down from an 8. And again, it's more to do with the fact of the checklist. I think because this is Panini Premier League, Select Premier League, it actually doesn't have none of the international stars. And I think that kind of lets it down, like a Messi in here or a Ronaldinho or Zidane would have been nice. But they haven't because it's just Premier League. So I've given it a 7 due to the base checklist inserts. With regards to the parallels, I've gone a 9 because compared to Donruss, although Donruss has that extra, I like, when we take these out, Select actually don't have the chrome style as they are Panini again. But, so I don't like taking the cards out of me. But when you look at it, the colours just bang. And they look so clean. You know what I mean? So I've gone and given Select an actually 9 for its parallels, because there's some beautiful parallels out there from Select, and also Select do parallels that you don't find in other sets. So when you're looking at this camo here, like, come on, like, look at the colours on that for a camo, honestly. Like, we don't see a green like that on any other football card set. So purely because of the colours you see on the sets, I've given it a 9. With regards autos and memorabilia, I've also given it a 9. I've only got 2 here to show you, but this pulsar for an auto that is just a base auto, is quite nice, to be extremely honest. You know what I mean? Like, look at the pulsars on that. Beautiful. Sorry, I was just lost then. And then also with regards to the patches, oh yeah, are actually quite nice. Look a bit, I don't know if that's from his sleeve. It looks like I always said that blends in like it's off his sleeve if you look. Quite funny. So yeah, with Select, I've given it a 9. And also I've given them a 9 because the thickness of their cards actually improves, as you see there, compared to their bases. As you see, the thickness is a lot different. So I like that with them, whereas some of the earlier sets, as I said, with attacks and certain other sets, I'm not able to show you any autos because I haven't seen them. But for instance, Donruss, some of their autos I've seen, they are the same thickness as their base, which is quite off-putting, I'd say. Next in the line, and this came in on its own at number 13, and some may be surprised by this, but for me, I've given it my quality, and that is Superstars, top Superstars. So again, I've given it an 8 for card quality here, and that's because it's nowhere near chrome. It's thicker than match attacks. It's a bit thicker than the team set, so I've given it an 8. If you see here as well, I will point out some of the numbers I did put up and change, because as I was looking through, this was all just done off the top of my head. So first instincts, first thoughts, write down the number out of 10. Then I've gone through and had a little look at what I thought may or may not be on the same level. So I've had to move a couple numbers. So for instance, here I put flagship parallels as a 7, but then I put it down to a 6 because I don't think it matches up to Donruss and Chronicles or Impeccable or even Mosaic. So I've had to knock down one number just because I then thought about what I've done a little bit more than just going off my first opinion. So yeah, Superstars, I've gone and given them an 8 for card quality. I've given the card designs a 9 because I really do like these styles of cards. Like this little box here, I do like it with the name highlighted. You've got the players dead center, nice and bright, coming off the card by the looks of things. So I've gone and given them a 9. With the base and inserts, I kind of like the base checklist and the insert checklist because there is a variety of players from a variety of clubs, as you see here, and from a variety of leagues, which does help the sets when you're buying a set to rip at home. With regards to parallels, as you see, the parallels are quite nice. Like, come on. They've really got the parallels perfectly matched with the actual style of the card, as you see there. There's a actually numbered one, and it's numbered to 50 Indica. And the cards are the same quality, which is unfortunate. As I say, I would have liked them to be a bit thicker, but it does have a nice look of gold twang to it. So yeah, with regards the parallels, I've gone and give it a 9 because they're also harder to find, which makes it more fun for some of us. With regards to autos and memorabilias, I've actually given them a 7 because I haven't received any autos or memorabilias from superstars yet, unfortunately. But I have seen them and they don't look, the style of them, I think the auto ruins this card, to be extremely honest. When you see an auto there, it just ruins it for me. So yeah, I prefer the base styles and the inserts than the autos and memorabilia with that set, from what I've seen. Next up to come in, where are we now? We're at number 12, are we? No, we're at joint number 11 now. Joint number 11. So they unfortunately never made the top 10. But this is impeccable. And impeccable, I've gone and given it a 10 for card quality because I have to take this one out because it is my only impeccable card I do have, unfortunately. I did have, so don't worry about this, I did have price stickers on there previously. But yeah, like look at that style of card. The card quality, look how thick they are. So I couldn't help but not give it a 10. The only cards for card quality that received a 10 from me were Inception, Museum, Panini Obsidian, Panini Immaculate, and Panini Impeccable. So yeah, as you see, the reason for that is these cards are cards. They're thick, and that's just a base card, even though it is numbered 7 to 7 shirt number match. But yeah, it is quite a thick card, so I couldn't help but give it, of course, a 10. When it comes to card design, I've also gone and given it a 10 because look at that paint artwork, like really, like come on, it's beautiful. The base and inserts now, I've given them quite a 9 because the checklist is quite vast. You also can get international and club players in this, so I kind of like the styles of the base. I do believe all the base are numbered in impeccable as well as the parallels. Now, I've given the base and inserts a 9, but with regards to parallels, I've given them a 7 with impeccable, which I think is what has knocked this one down, as well as the next marking, which is autos and memorabilias, which I've given impeccable is a 6. And the reason for that being, impeccable has some beautiful patches, but none of them are actually match used or player used like that. So that ruins it for me, having a patch, whether it's looking stunning or not actually being an official worn one or match worn one, whether he's just pulling onto before he signed it, or he's played in it, or he's wore it at a match or coaching session. I don't know. But due to that, I had to give them a 6 due to that. And the 7 is because although I love the design, the design's beautiful, the parallel doesn't have no shining. I'm a shiny guy, so I like to see a shiny card. So yeah, that doesn't shine, even though the design of it is spot on. So I've had to give it a 7 for its parallels and a 6 for its auto and memorabilias. My overall opinion of impeccable was a 7, to be extremely honest, and that was down mostly due to the autos and memorabilias. Rating, which when I thought about it, the memorabilia is a key part of the addition to the set, and if you're adding it in with the autos, which are official, then we would like a bit more player used, match worn, official also. Coming in joint number 11 with impeccable is actually Topps team sets. Oh my days. And the Topps team set, sorry about this, I'm actually coming to my daughter's room today to do this video because I just needed a table where I was able to keep all my cards local. have my list and be able to show you the cards like this. When I've streamed on whatnot and this, I've just kind of had it plotted on the table downstairs. But because I'm actually trying to show you a bit more cards here and show you the list, I've had to do it in my daughter's room because she's actually got the perfect setup. Like, it's her makeup table, but yeah, it's the perfect setup. So yeah, that's where I'm at today, if you're wondering about the view. But yeah, I'm sorry about that. So yeah, next is the team sets. I've given the team sets a card quality of 7 because they are quite paper thin. They're not on the level of superstars. They're not on the level of Donruss. They don't actually meet that same standard, although they are similar. So yeah, I've had to give them a 7. With the card designs, as you see, there's a variety of card designs. So yeah, I've had to give them an 8 for the card designs because, especially because these are team sets. These are cards specialized for each team, and they do bring out a variety of them every year. And although they're not chrome, they are a very decent set for the clubs that you do collect, or even if you don't, if you just like the club. So they are very nice cards. As you see, this You Never Walk Alone one. These are some of my favourite ones from these sets, and the Gold Drip sets that I do miss kind of in other sets. Look at the gold drip on them. See it? See it? Don't see it. See it? So yeah, I've had to give them 8. With regards to base and inserts and checklist, it's all one club. So if you like that club, you're going to have players in there that you love, players that you've never had before, whether they are rookies, bowmans. You will find legends in there. You will find the full squads now. So they are actually a decent set for the checklist. The parallels now, you do get nice parallels. I've given it an 8 because the parallels, although they are nice colours, I will say these parallels don't really have that big. This kind of shines when you take it out, to be extremely honest. This foily looking one. So it kind of shines in there still. So it does have a nice little, if you see, it does have a nice little shine to it. But I just want that chrome on top. So due to that, I've had to knock them down with the parallels and put them as an 8. Due to that little chrome factor. The chrome factor is very strong for me in this hobby. So always look for those chrome sets. With regards to autos and memorabilia, I've only got 2 memorabilias here. But one thing about these is player worn, match worn. So all team sets, the patches are all player worn and match worn, and the autos are from players from your club, in your club, and you can get autos with these. You can get autos with that style. You can get autos with a few different styles. So with regards to that, I've given it a quite high 9, to be extremely honest, and that's because all patches are player used, match worn, and the autos are all for your club. So I've had to give it quite high, and my overall opinion was at 8, and that's loosely just because of the quality of the cards. And I would like the checklist to possibly be a little bit bigger, although yes, it's all for one club. Let's find some more players, random bowmans, random more rookies, few more legends, even if it's just base and inserts, just to make the checklist when we're ripping a team set box. And if we've brought 5 team set boxes, at least we know it's very rare we're going to have 10 or 20 of the same card, which is possible when you buy that amount of team sets, because you'll end up with a lot of base from the same players, a lot of the inserts from the same players. So the checklist isn't as vast. So that is my main reason for knocking that one down a little touch. Coming in next now and making the top 10. So we're now into the top 10 cards. So if you haven't seen a set now, believe it's in the top 10. So I'm just trying to organise my cards here now. So yeah, next in number 9, joint number 9, but I'll pull it just before whoever else it's joined in number 9 is Immaculate. And now, this is another set, as you see, the cards qualify for card quality of a 10. Because they're just thick cards. You won't see these kind of just, if you drop it, you don't have to worry about it bending or all of that. Like, the card quality just gets a 10. I just love to see cards like that. Like, look how thick they are. Like, those are the card qualities we want to see on every card. Obviously, we understand we can't get that with every set, but it is nice to have. It is nice to have. So yeah, with Immaculate, card quality a 10. Card designs also a 10. Like, the players stand out. I love the little swirls there with the little silvers. Yeah. So card styles, I've had to go and give them a 10. With regards base and inserts, the checklist is vast. You've got Colombians, you've got Liverpool, you've got Juventus, USA. You know what I'm trying to say? You've got a variety of club nations, you've got a variety of nations. So yeah, you get a variety of players with the checklist, which is quite decent and fun to rip. As you don't have as many in these boxes as well, it makes it kind of the chase a bit more fun, let's say, and the collecting a bit more fun with this set because there's so many and there's not as many cards in a box. So although, let's say you ripped a case of Topps Chrome, you know you're going to basically get every base in that set. You could rip a case of Immaculate and you won't get every player in that set, in every base checklist. So I do like checklists like that because it makes it more fun. So yeah, card designs, it goes with a 10. With regards base inserts, as I said, it gets a 9. With the parallels, I've given them an 8 because yeah, these are silvers. I don't actually have anything other than 49 in the bases, unfortunately. But it's just silver. It's only that little bit colourings there and the colouring around there. I need more. I just want more. That's it. I just want more. So yeah, I've had to give them an 8. And the 8 mostly is because of the design, I'd say. Because the design helps the parallels look a bit more colourful when they're together. When they're individual, it's quite bland. So yeah, I'd say I've given it an quite high, actually thinking of it now, 8. With regards to its autos and memorabilias, I've given them a 6. A lot of people may disagree here because when you look at those, beautiful. Like, there's a blue there, so yeah, as I say, that's to 49. You see what I mean? So the sapphire kind of bangs a lot more, but as you see with the silver, it's not as bangy. But when you've got the full rainbows together, it's just beautiful together, I'd say. But individually, they don't bang as much. So yeah, with regards the memorabilias and autos, the main reason here is this: the enclosed officially licensed material is not associated with any specific player, game, or event. Enclosed officially licensed material is not enclosed, same thing. And that is the main reason I've given them a 6, because look at that patch. Stunning, but not player worn, not match worn. What's going on? Stop giving us these beauties that aren't match worn or player worn, please. So yeah, you had to get a 6 because that really lets me down, and I hate high-end sets that don't do match worn or player use. And because I feel myself getting a bit annoyed with that, I'm moving on. And this is the reason I put this set ahead of them, Chronicles. So Chronicles comes in at joint 9th, although Chronicles I put ahead of Immaculate in that joint 9th. With regards card quality, they only get an 8 because, yeah, they're not on that level. They're on the flagship superstar. They're better than flagship. They're on the Donruss Superstars level, so yeah, they had to get an 8. With regard to card designs, I've kind of gone high with the card designs here, which is a 9, because as you see, there is a variety of card designs you can get here. Like, it's not just one style of cards. Basically, the whole set is full of inserts. That's the way I see Chronicles. The whole set full of inserts. It's not full of base, it's full of inserts, because each style is just completely different. And also with Chronicles, they take, as you see here, they take some of the cards like Select. They take, have I got any Prism from other sets, and they add in here. So that's one of the reasons I do love Chronicles. With regards to base and inserts checklist, I've had to go with a 9 again, and that's purely due to the amount of inserts and bases, and it does variety of nations, well, 3 nations, Premier League, Serie A and La Liga, but you can get a variety of players. Like, as you see, I've got Vlahovic, Rookie, Fiorentina, Frank Ribery, Osimhen, Carl Walker Peters, Osimhen, Ward-Prowse, Cunha, Chris Smalling, Benjamin Tarovic, Vlahovic again, Bajcetic, and Riedel. So like, you get like a variety of players from different nations in different clubs, and there's clubs that you don't normally see. So you got Fiorentina there, you got Southampton there that you wouldn't get in other sets. Atletico Madrid, we do Roma, we do. But you see like teams that you don't get in every other set in Chronicles. So I do like their checklist. With regards to their parallels, I've had to give them a 7, because I like the Prisms and Mojos. I bloody love the Mojos, I can't lie. The Mojos are just so stunning in whatever set. But yeah, with that saying, we then get these to 49, which is, it's a foil factor in that sense, but I want more. As I say, I'm a Chrome fan, so I just want colours to pop, and I want to see it just shining every little touch. I do like that. Every little thing I want to see it shining. So yeah, unfortunately, I had to knock it down a couple points on that. So I had to give it a 7 on that parallels. With regards autos and memorabilias, I've given it an 8, because in some of the earlier Chronicles, all the patches were match worn or player used. Some of the more recent ones, it's not the same. But some of the earlier ones enclose match worn used material, as you see there. And with the autos, we get legends like Riedel, Christian Vieri, Maradona. There's legends in this set, and that's the main priority for me. Some legends, some rookies, some of the players from all variety of sets, but I love the different styles as well of the cards, and you don't get to see like cards like that in other sets. Like compare that to Mosaic or a Prism autograph that kind of has a similar kind of style, that isn't similar but similar kind of style, but it's just not the same. It's not the same. My overall opinion for Chronicles, I did give it a 9, and that's mostly because I do love the checklist. It is quite a fun rip, and I do enjoy finding a few random legends in there which are harder to find. Coming in now at number 8. Number 8 is, we're getting into the closer now, we're getting through. Number 8 goes to Topps Merlin. Now, this one, as you say, I've been trying to do it like years, base, parallels, inserts, numbered, autos, patches autos, but obviously I'm doing it by year like that. So as this is the earliest one, 2020 to 2021 Merlin Chrome, it has to be on the top. So yeah, with regards Merlin Chrome, I've given them the quad quality of 9, and I'm talking about Merlin Chrome, not Tops Merlin that came out in 2023, 2024. I'm talking Merlin Chrome 2020 to 21, 21, 22, and 22, 23, because Merlin Chrome, the Chrome cards are on Chrome level. Whereas last year's Merlin was not on the Chrome level, unfortunately. So yes, I've had to give it a quite high 9. When it comes to the card designs, I've kind of given them a 9 because I do like the base of them. I do like the base, and the chrome on the edge just helps it shine a bit more, if you know what I'm trying to say. Like the card styles, like look at that, that's quite cute. That's fire. If you know what I mean. The card styles are quite decent. Now I'm going to say with this, as you see here, these aren't the Merlin Chrome now. So we're going to compare. That's a refractor, so we can't use that. So that's 2020, 22, 23, and that's 2024. So if you see, let's take them out the sleeves. Do you see the chrome factor on that? Also, the thickness of that card will show when I get this on out. When the new cards, I seem to stick to these sleeves compared to that. So when we hold them both together, and then if you closely look, that one is a little thinner, the one on the left. That one's thinner than this one on the left. So yeah, that is the main problem with the latest Merlin, but this isn't Merlin Chrome, this is just Merlin. So these shouldn't even have been in here, to be extremely honest, although they do help because it also gets to show you the difference in quality. So I've got an Aegis Alchemy there. So for me, which one looks more stunning? I'm saying the Zidane over the Villa. Like, honestly. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, Merlin Chrome, with regards card designs, I've given them also a 9. With regards to base and inserts, I've gone and given them an 8 because, as I said, Aegis Alchemy cards are just stunning. And with regards parallels, I've given the parallels lower than I would have first thought, but I've given them an 8. And the reason to that being is, although they have some nice colours, I'm not really a fan of the shimmers. And then when we look at, let's have a look, like the gold, yeah, I can work with chrome factor, shine, all gold with the beautiful Merlin style, yes. Then we get these, I'm not really a fan. It's shining because of the chrome, it's glistening. Some people may love that, but for me, as I said, I like cards to bang, but then that looks just cheaper. It doesn't look like a proper bang. Same here. Can see to get that style of parallel, actually thinking of it now, is quite hard, to be extremely honest, I'd say, compared to just a chrome glow. But as you see, they're quite nice actually as I'm looking at them again now. Like looking at them properly myself again, like it takes a lot of effort to design a card like that. So I actually put the parallels as an 8, but I possibly may move them up in my head, because looking at them again now, especially some of these aquas. The aquas, I love the aquas, as you see. I think my main thought when I was thinking about the card being the parallels being at 8 was this card, because unfortunately it's a gold and you can see the gold, but I don't know, I wanted more gold on it. I don't know, as well as you just about can see the number to 50 there. So yeah, I'd say I may move, yeah, we have to keep it as an 8 for today's video. So yeah, it's an 8. Autos and memorabilia also get an 8 because the autos do look quite nice. Some of them, you have a variety of players. Unfortunately though, there's no memorabilia, so it has to lose a point just because there's no memorabilia at all. So that gets an 8 for me. And that came in 8th. In 7th now, on its lonesome, which to be honest, coming in 7th for me is quite low, considering this is a set I've quite loved. And when I just took out a variety of random cards before I'd done it, just to have a little look at. And then I decided to do my ratings. So beforehand, when I was looking through the cards, obviously I know what I like, I know what I prefer to see and go and buy. But then when I've done the ratings, I feel like I surprise myself in what I actually do like. So card quality on this one in 7th is a 10, and of course it is Obsidian. Card quality gets a 10 again. Thick cards, not no slim cards, these are thick cards. Good backing, durable cards, yeah. So yeah, they get a 10. With regards card design, I do love the card design. As I said, like the mailing, I like that little box around there. It's not as coming out as much as Select. It's not overly doing too much as the Prism. It's quite just basic but classic and elegant, I'd say, for me. So yeah, with the little cute little boxes, yeah man, I work with that. So for me, it gets a 9 with card design. With its base checklist, we can't complain. Again, we have national clubs, we have clubs, I mean, we have countries, we have clubs. You know what I'm trying to say? So we can't really complain with the checklist. With regards to parallels, and again, I will say this now, with regards to parallels, I'm going to have to show you a few, because I have got a load of Obsidian here, like actually, to show you, because I presume this would come a lot higher before I started doing my numbers, but it hasn't, funnily enough. So yeah, with regards to the parallels now, I've given them an 8. And if you want to know why I've given them an 8, we love the gold. We love anything floody. So the gold flood, yes. Blue flood, yes. The blue electric etches, I do like. Like the blue is my favourite colour, if you know me. So yeah, blue comes out. It does. The etches do help. The flood, yes. Beautiful. Orange etch, again, not as out there though. Obviously with the etch it does help. So as you see, that is just a standard base which is numbered. All base are numbered again in this set. So the etching, I do like the etches on it, but when we get to the T small ones now, I'm not a fan of. Like, I can't lie, I do like this pulsar one on this. But I think, considering I think the pulsars need to stay on lower end cards, because I think, although it does have a little dancey disco style to it, it's still, considering the class we're looking, as I said, the style is elegant, the etching is elegant, the card quality is elegant. For me, that is not elegance. So yeah, I had to knock them down, unfortunately, for an 8. Then, as I say, the red floods are just gorgeous when you get them. Like, this is one of my favourite cards. Only 10 of these in the world ever going to be found. This is the first one off the print line, and I do love it. Oh, is it that way? No, it's that way. Oh, I do love that. So yeah, with regards the autos and memorabilias now, it is an issue. I had to knock them down for an 8 because, again, the enclosed officially licensed material is not associated with any specific player, game, or event. Annoying. The officially enclosed licensed material is not associated with any specific player, game, or event. And unlike Immaculate, where I can say that the patches were stunning on most of them, yeah. Not every patch on Obsidian is stunning. That's quite nice, to be honest. That's quite nice with a little bit of red and black. But then I've got 2 match worns, and what people call them is napkins. So I get that with that one. That one, I understand. It's a napkin. This one's a bit different because you have a few different designs in there, actually. But if you know what I'm trying to say, these ones are match worn. The enclosed match worn material is guaranteed by Panini America. Enclosed match worn. So for me, I think they got the patches and the match worn upside down. For me. So it kind of ruins it. This is an enclosed player worn one. Okay, the player worn one there is quite decent. And I say another reason why it's only got an 8 is because you can get cards like this. So even though it's from a T small, it is numbered to 10. It is a patch auto, but the enclosed official licensed material is not associated with any specific player, game, or event. But it's to 10. And you get one of ones like that, where that patch does not compare to this patch to 199. It doesn't compare to this patch to 75. It just doesn't compare. And this is to 10. Luckily, as I said, I'm not a fan. I do like the Pulsar, yeah. But I'm not a fan of it on Obsidian. But I am a fan of Pulsar. So luckily for me, I kind of do like it, but it's just ruined because it's on Obsidian, whereas I'd rather Obsidian be a bit more classy and stylish and stick to the elegance. Autos bring it up because, as I say, you can get some legends in here for club and countries. I used to love Mendieta growing up when he played for Middlesbrough. And Riedel, not many people recognise him or remember him, but he was a banger. For me, he was a FIFA GOAT. Him on World Cup 98 on the N64, banging. So yeah, surprisingly for me, Obsidian came quite low. It didn't make the top 5. It didn't make my top 5. So the question is to everybody that does know SJ Cartier, what has made the top 5? In 6, which unfortunately I only have 1 card for, is Inception. And now Inception is a tops release, which has the thickness of cards again. So it gets a 10. Its card designs are stunning. Like, it's like the Impeccables with the artwork, yeah? You see it? Stunning. Base and insert set, I've given it an 8, and that's mostly because it's not really got a very big checklist, to be extremely honest. When you compare it to some of the other higher end sets, their checklist is quite fast. So its checklist isn't as big, and the parallels, I'd say, from what I've seen of them, they're not as alluring. But then again, I haven't had any in and other than this one, I believe, when I'm thinking of it now. So yeah, I haven't been able to see as many autos and memorabilia. But one thing with Inception that I do love, all the patches are match worn or player worn. And you do have some nice autos in there. So for me, Inception actually got a 9. And it got a 9 due to everything being player worn and match worn, which has put it ahead of Immaculate, Impeccable, and Obsidian, which was a big shock to me after I'd counted everything up, which means you may see me actually have more Inception coming up very soon, because I'm starting to realise I actually do like this set due to these numbers. In the end, my overall opinion of Inception was a 9, and that's basically due to the card quality, the styles, the imagery. The parallels are not overly alluring, but then when you add that to the autos and memorabilia you can get from the set, it's very much worthwhile. So yeah, next on the list, in fourth, are we at fourth now? So we're at 4. We're at the top 1. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're in the top 5 now. We're in the top 5. Top 5! Top 5! And in 5th, well, joint 4th, but it's really coming in 5th because, as I say, anything that joined with another one, I picked in which order I believe they come, by my opinion. And in joint 4th, really 5th, is Topps Finest. And the reason Topps Finest gets in there, this is the reason. Card quality, levels, it's on the same level as Topps Chrome. Gets a 9. It's not on the level as Obsidian, Impeccable, Museum, but it gets a 9 because the quality is up there. With regards its card designs, I actually like it. They say Finest for a reason. And although they have a few like random shapes thrown in, they work. Like hexagon there. You know what I mean? And if you look, the hexagons are just the colours of the teams. So it adds a bit to it. I do like these prize footballers. So it does have a few inserts that we do like. I haven't really spoke about case hits in these because I don't have as many case hits. So I've kind of left the case hits out, and hopefully in the future I will get one of every case hit out there, and I will give my opinion on which case hits are actually the nicest looking, and that's by my opinion, by the style of the card, the card quality. I'll do the same kind of run because, as you say, some kabooms now you can get numbered. Certain the mans, as you say, I've got the man here unnumbered, I've got the man here numbered. You know what I'm trying to say? So some of these case hits you can get numbered, like even the prize footballer fusions, you can get these numbered. And over some years, like these were case hits in 2020, 22, 23, but they weren't, they weren't case hits in 23, 24. They were like every other case. So the variety of being able to find them varies as well as with case hits. So I didn't really want to add the case hits in at this moment in time into my opinion, because it's a case hit. It's very rare, as we say, that everybody finds case hits. So yeah, with regards to Topps Finest again, card designs, it got an 8. It got an 8. It's not stunning. It's not way up there, but they get an 8. With regards base checklist, it got a 10. And mostly because it's all Champions League. I think there is a couple of European, but you get a variety of, you get the clubs, you get the big clubs in there. And that's all we're after, the big clubs. Unfortunately, there's no internationals, but we can deal with it with Finest. We'll accept it with Finest. It gets a 10. With its parallels, again, it has to get a 10. Because when you look at the colours of Finest, like, that's a chrome style. And when you see these cards, like, obviously, they're in the top loaders at the moment. So not every card you're gonna get the real blessing of what the color you can see. But look at the shine on them. This is the chrome factor that I was on about earlier. This is what we want. That nice shine and extra protection also for the card with that little bit of chrome on the top. Protects the card. So yeah, I had to give it a 10 because there's so many parallels, and as I say, I've tried to go like high down, so it's 299. That's to 299. That's to 275. That's to 250. Which that one's a blue, that one's a sky blue. If you see the difference, yeah. And we got the purple shimmers, 199. And you got a true royal blue. So as you see, these may look the same, but they're all different. I don't know if you can see it in the light. They're different blues, different green. And you see the difference to that shimmer there now. And that's what I meant earlier, like with the obsidian. They shouldn't be doing cards like this. The cards like this are for finest and chrome, and even prisms and those other sets. But you know what I'm trying to say? Now, you can get 50s in gold like that, or you can get 50s in a rose gold. So, base and inserts and parallels, I had to get a 10 because so many parallels you can find, and the colours on them are just all so different. Just worth the 10. When it comes to autos now and memorabilias, you get 2 autos in each set, and each set has some stunning autographers, as you see here. So yeah, as you see here, as I said to you earlier, with the parallels, you may find that the 99 can come in green wave, or the 99 can come in a true green. So this is why I love Finest. You get dual autos like that. So it was quite unfortunate that he came back to Man City last season just as Gundogan did. And then I was hoping they both stayed, to be extremely honest. Gundo stayed. He's actually signed a new contract. He went to Saudi Arabia to play over there. So yeah, it was a bit unfortunate. I did actually win this in a break and I had to buy the other person out, funnily enough. But yeah, that's how it goes. But then the autos, as I say, it's decent. As I say, I'm going through the years now, so this is the most recent 23, 24 ones. I did like those. I did redeem my one. So just for little things like that, they get up there. As you see, 275, 250. You see the differences. It's a variety of colour, and look how bright they are. It's just colour. Colour. They just stand out. So for me, they had to get into there as that. For finest though, autos and memorabilia, I've given them a 9, and they purely got a 9 due to the fact there's no memorabilia in there, which would be nice in finest if we said we got 2 autos and a memorabilia. That would be stunning, and the memorabilia should be player used or match worn. So that is why finest actually got a 9, and it got a 9 in my overall opinion as well due to that. And that came in joint 4th, and it came joint 4th with a new set that I actually am starting to like now, that has only just somehow arrived in my views this year, and that's Top Simplicity. They come joint 4th, and I actually put them, and when I'm thinking of it now, I think because of the hype and the FOMO I feel for Top Simplicity, it got ahead of Finest. But as I'm looking through Finest now and I'm thinking about it, I'd probably switch them around and put Top's Finest ahead of Top Simplicity. But as we're already in the video, I can't switch, and I'm not into the cutting. Every video you see with SJ Cartier Limited combos is one cut, one take, and that's it. We don't do the cutting and chopping. So yeah, I would put Top's Finest actually ahead of this, as although they came joint 4th, I'd put this ahead. And the main reason being the parallels. the parallels in there. There's so many in Finest. It's hard not to love it more. So yeah, I'd give it that. Now let's get to Top Simplistad. Card quality, it gets a 9. It's on that level, and it's actually thicker than I thought they were, to be extremely honest. They do get, when I think of it, really, they're on the level. They're better than Superstars, but they're on that same level when I'm thinking of it now as well. Like when I first got them, I was surprised by the quality, so I think I've put them a bit higher than even they should be there. But yeah, card designs, a 10. This is how FOMO can get us, people. This is why I'm doing the video, because people will give you FOMO just for the hype of a new release, and it's not all about just new release FOMO, because even us as collectors, we can get caught up in the new release hype of FOMO. But base card designs, straight 10. Straight 10. Like, come on, like, really? Like, these card designs match to my favourite card design, which is Stadium Club. They match it. Like, they look so elegant, so bang and clean, and like, look at the Stevie G. Yeah, so they got it. They get a 10. When it comes to base and inserts checklist, I give it a 9. And the reason I give it a 9, because it does have a few legends in there. And although, yes, I'm in England, I do like a bit of other nations. So yeah, although we can get a sub-odds, I do like that we can get women's in there. I do like we can get other men's in there. I am a Barcelona fan, so yeah, I do like that we can get those in there. It also is focused mostly around Spanish players, and if we know football, after Brazil, possibly our era right now, it's all about the Spanish players, to be extremely honest. So let's encourage that. So yeah, the Spanish players have been showing us how to play football in the last 10 to 15 years. So yeah, it's a decent set. Next, I go with the parallels. I've given the parallels a 9, and that's purely because, as I said, why I would put finally said, there's not enough colour. Like the parallels themselves are beautiful colour, but there's not enough colour. Like the highest you get is a 99, then it's 49, then there's 25s. You can get 10s, you can get 5s. I haven't unfortunately got any, but I have got a 1 of 1 though. You know what I mean? Got my first 1 of 1 auto from this set. Possibly why I'm even gassing up the set a bit more, because it is the first set to give me a 1 of 1 autograph. So yeah, that's going quite high due to that. Autos and memorabilias, it gets a 9 again because there's no memorabilias, but the autos are beautiful, especially when you get them in colour. They're beautiful. I do love that. Salma Perello. So yeah, quite lovely set, beautiful set. Overall opinion, I gave it a 9, and as I said, I gave it a 9 because I would like the checklist to be a lot bigger, to be extremely honest, and I would like to see memorabilias, player used or match worn. I will keep saying it. Now, top 2. Here we go, top 2. Who's second? So if you're here and you're new to soccer cards, you may not have an idea of what the next 2 may be. If you've been collecting... Wait, I'm in third. Sorry, top 3. Sorry, top 3. If you haven't been collecting football cards for a while, you may be not aware of who the top 3 are in my idea. If you have, you clearly must know who the top 3 are right now. And in third place, that's the question. Who is it? Topps Museum, Topps Stadium Club, or Topps Chrome? Who makes third? Third goes to Topps Chrome. Wow, they say. Wow. The crowd goes crazy. Even I am thinking I'm going crazy, because to be honest, before this, I may have put this as my number 1, number 2. It's made third, and I think I can understand why it's made third, but it's made third. Card quality, again, it's a 9. Like, considering the thickness of the cards, we have to remember this. They're not on a museum and Panini Obsidian Flex or impeccable or immaculate. But considering they're smaller size cards, so if we compare the size of these cards even. Yeah. They're actually exactly the same size, one enough. It's just the thickness is completely different. So yeah. I should know that because all the sleeves are the same and all. It's just the thickness. Duh. But yeah, when it comes to Topps Chrome gets third. It gets a 9 for card quality. Card design, I give it an 8 because I think they could do a bit more classic-y. As you see throughout the years, it has changed their card styles a little. I think I like these ones a bit more, bit classic. Champs League there, you got your little club logo there. Kind of do like that style, the newer ones. Obviously, the thing with Topps Chrome as well, they do a variety of sets. So you've got Topps Chrome men's, you've got Topps Chrome women, you've got Topps Chrome team sets. You've got a variety of Topps Chrome, just Topps Chrome off-branch sets. So with regards card designs, they all look the same. I'll give them an 8. With regards base and inserts checklist, it gets a strong 10. A strong 10. And that's because the checklist is so huge and vast. And the inserts, there's so many inserts you can find, like Wonder Kids. You can get Heroes variations. What else have I got in here? So I've got a couple more inserts here as we go through the year. There's Topps Chrome Liverpool set. Obviously these are the more latest base sets. Base. And then you get more latest inserts. That's a Wonder Kids now. You get women's inserts, Queens of Football. Inside looks, you can get Pulsars, Aquas again, the Heroes, I think all the numbered. And then yeah, so with regards card design, 8, base inserts 10, checklist 10, parallels 10, autos and memorabilia get a 9 because yes, although the autos are quite nice, quite clean, I don't actually think I've got any local autos. There's no memorabilias in there, and with Topps Chrome I'd love to have memorabilias in there, match worn only because it is Topps Chrome, so why not be the best at everything. So yeah, they get a 9 for autos and memorabilia. For my overall opinion, and I only gave 2 sets a 10 on my overall opinion, and this is one of them. So as you see, I'm quite surprised they came third because they were one of the only 2 to get a top 10 in my opinion. Now second, wait, I didn't even really show the parallels here. The parallels, they got a 10, and the reason the parallels got a 10 is because, again, just like Topps Finest, there's a variety of parallels, and the parallels all have their own distinctives, styles. There's another mojo there, I said. Right, waves, got clean ones. This is one of my favourite, the Topps Factors. Right, they're numbered to 52. You got gold. These are some of my next favourite ones. I've been trying to get an auto from the women's of these. Infernos. Got gold. So yeah, as you see, the colours and variation of parallels is quite nice. Quite decent. I do like the colour matches as well. Do keep those in every Topps Chrome set colour matches. They are stunning. Gold from the most recent to 25 to 250. Women's. Yeah. So yeah, there's a variety of parallels, as I say. So that's one of the main reasons Topps Chrome is a big set for me. Now, coming in second, which is a shock, but then it's not a shock, but it is a shock because I would have put Chrome ahead of these if you asked me first, is Stadium Club. And they get a 9 for card quality because they're on Topps Chrome level. They're not a superstars, they're thicker than that. Card designs, I gave them a 10, of course. Like, for card designs, as I said, Simplicidad is the only one that I can say for imagery and style that should be able to match up. Like, look at that there. It's like, come on. So I feel for Liverpool winning the Premiership. Man's out of breath there. Man's cheering. A man's roaring. Like, come on now. Man's just chilling. Like, I'm Van Basten. What do you mean? When the ball comes here, I'll do something. And you'll be surprised. You know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah. With regards to Stadium Club, card designs got a 10. The base inserts checklist also got a 10. And although it's not as big as Topps Chrome or even Topps Finest, there is a variety of styles and cards and players, and it's all Champions League. So we can't really complain, can we? So yeah, they get a straight 10. Autos and Memorabilia, they got a 9. And the reason Autos and Memorabilia got a 9 is purely because there's no memorabilia in there. And the autos do look stylish. But because there's no memorabilia, they had to get a 9. But come on now. Like, really? Some of these cards are just like, this is one of my favourites. Little Prism. They all have their own different styles. So yeah, it got a 9. With my overall opinion, it also went and got a 9. And now, as I just saw my battery kind of going, as I've been on this for one of my longest videos yet, an hour and a half. In number 1, you may have just seen, I've flashed it accidentally, is Topps Museum. And if you know me, and I know me, there's no doubting why this is number 1. It gets 10 for card quality. Like, come on. Like, it's on that level again. It's on that level again. You know what I'm trying to say? Of Obsidian, impeccable. Then we go into card designs, and to be extremely honest, when I said about Obsidian and class, this is elegance as well. Elegance. 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 It's just elegant. Quality is elegant in all forms. No matter what style of card, they just look elegant. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, they got a 10 straight up. When it comes to now base and insert checklist, it got a 10 because it's Champions League only. So if you're not in the Champions League, you don't deserve to be in the set. So 10 for that. The parallels got a 9 because although yes, you can see the different colours there, I'd like a bit more. But then, as I said with Obsidian, they do a bit more and I don't like it. It's just straight elegance, isn't it? Elegance. And unlike Obsidian, with their etch, it's only like when you shine it, you can see that colour there. You can see it. It's blatant. Like the gold, you can see it. You can see it. You know what I'm trying to say? So it got a high 9. With regards autos and memorabilias, there's no doubt it got a 10 because the autos are legendary. And something with Museum is every patch is player worn. Memorabilia is player worn. Memorabilia. And although the card Reddit contained is in this card is not from any specific match or event or season. Museum have guaranteed us, Tops have guaranteed us that this has at least been player worn. So although we don't know what match it came from, it came from a match. We know this is match used. We know this. We know that's a base, that's a base. And this is why I love Museum. Because everything is either player worn or match worn, and that's what we want from autos, from our memorabilias, and from our autos we do want some legends. This is one of my favorites. To 10. I did have it listed, but I took it off because a lot of people are sleeping on this guy. Sleeping. Moani to 75. And then one of my favorite cards, which is also why the autos and memorabilia got a 10, and why in my opinion it gets a 10, because when you look at gold frames like this weighs. I don't really want to touch it up too much. So I don't really like taking my cards out the sleeves. I like to keep them in their top loaders and things. But this is where we end our number one, because I think this is the best style card in the hobby. A gold frame, auto, and if you can get this with your favourite player, you are winning. So I'd love a Stevie G and a Ronaldinho on one of these, to be extremely honest. Stevie G and Ronaldinho on one of these, and I'm laughing. One of one, I'm screaming till me die. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been quite a long one, but it's also given me a chance to kind of show you a few cards from my collections that I have collected over the last 2 years. And I hope you've enjoyed my little recap of what I think my top 20 sets are. And to do a little rerun of the top 5, let's say. In 5th, we put Topps Simplicidad. In 4th, we put Topps Finest. In 3rd, we put Topps Chrome. In 2nd, Stadium Club Chrome. And the best set for me in the hobby that comes out every year is Topps Museum. So yeah, thank you for joining SJ Cartier Limited Convos, and I hope you enjoyed this video.